Hi, my name is Graham Potter, and today we're here with my friend Bob, and we're going to show you some work on this juniper. This juniper is interesting for several reasons, but the origination of this juniper is from a garden. It's a garden variety of Sabina. The tree was collected about 10 years ago, and at that point the foliage was very long way from the trunk. So what's happened really over the last few years is the tree has just been allowed to grow and establish itself, and has produced all this massive wonderful foliage, which is now really at a point where we should begin to do some work. The previous owner of the tree has actually done some deadwood work, so we just need to improve and clean that, and then we're going to lay some very basic branch structure in place by using the green that's here, obviously removing the parts that we don't need. So I thought we would show you the work on this tree, because it is very good material, but it's also material that's very easily accessible. This type of tree grows in gardens certainly all over the UK, and with a little bit of imagination can produce really interesting bonsai. Having cleaned out the underside of the branches, hopefully you can see here, now the underside profile is nice and clean. That then leaves us with these long straight shoots, and further back some small side branches. So what we have to do is actually reduce this length to begin to compact the foliage, and the way we do that is to follow this line of the branch through. We're looking for 2 or 3 good small side shoots, and then we just go in with the scissors and remove this. So that gives us a nice little section of foliage on a nice thick branch, which when we wire will stay in position very quickly. So in terms of compacting this tree and reducing the foliage, it's just a matter of going inside, taking these long pointed shoots away, and keeping the foliage that's further in. One of the things I really like about this side of the tree is the way that the trunk here is very attractive, but then it drops backwards and then it comes forward again. So that really gives us an opportunity to create some very attractive depth, a very motive depth in the tree, and create some shadow in this point. So we're going to try and build the tree around that. When you're designing a tree from scratch like this, it's very important at the outset not to be too determined to stick with a particular front, because as you begin to work the tree, and especially as you begin to shape and move the branches, the whole perspective of the tree can change. So you have to try and keep your mind open at this point, and just try and find the best parts of the tree, the most interesting parts of the tree, and hopefully then we can end up with an attractive bonsai. What I'm doing here with this gin is just thinning it a little bit, because in a couple of areas it's got very thick, and so we want to make it look a little bit more elegant, a little bit less powerful in the overall look of the tree. And it would be possible to do this with power tools, but by using hand tools it gives us a much more natural looking finish to the wood. It's much more sinewy look, and this technique works perfectly with junipers because the wood is very stringy in its natural texture, and because it's very strong but at the same time flexible, you can see here it just peels very easily, and the resulting texture is very natural. So this has allowed us just to thin this part of the tree but still giving us some texture. So now what we'll do is use a very small power tool just to blend some of the sharp edges here, a little bit of burning on it as well to take some of the fluff away, and that will give us ultimately a very natural looking piece of dead wood.